Sports Talk have a very brief topic to talk to you about, and that's about the recent number one contenders match announced for AEW this week. Lots of confusion online, lots of fans bitching about the rankings because the number one contender is currently Hikaru Shida. However, announced on Dynamite was a number one contenders match between Britt Baker and Chris Statlander. Now, even though both of them are currently in the top 5 rankings, it doesn't make a lot of sense, and fans are bitching about that as we speak. However, the reason why this was announced actually does make sense. It's just a botched announcement. They made this announcement much sooner than they should have. And, it kind of spoils the result of Dark, which is why I put it in the description in case you don't want to know the results from Dark, which of course airs next Tuesday at midnight in the United Kingdom. So, in a nutshell, next week on Dark, you are going to see Chris Statlander take on B. Priestley, and we are going to see Britt Baker against a new talent who I believe is called Sekiro. Something like that. It's like a Japanese sounding name, except she's from Texas. So it was like a local competitor. Now, the results of both of these matches is that Britt Baker wins her match and Chris Statlander wins her match. So, that being said, Hikaru Shida's current singles record is 3 wins to 2 losses. So after these Dark results, it would put Britt Baker on a singles record of 4-2, and would put one of a hang on a sec. Yeah, so Britt Baker would have a record of 4-2. And Chris Statlander will have a record of 0-2. 2-0. So after those results, they actually do become the number 1 and the number 2 contenders in the ranking system, and therefore it would make sense for them to have a number 1 contenders match. But naturally, we don't get the results to Dark till next week, so announcing the number 1 contender match right now makes absolutely no sense to anyone in the community right now, unless you know the results from Dark. So if you're one of the fans who is a little bit confused by this number 1 contenders match, that is the reason why. They simply announced it too soon. Had they announced it at the end of Dark or the start of Dynamite, that would have been perfect. That would have been absolutely perfect. But it hasn't worked out that way, but that is your reason.